Jamie Lloyd Company has always been around for a good couple of years from now and develop the most extreme and most challenging theatre style in his own adaptation, and with many different classics, such as Seagull by Anton Chekhov, which he completely stripped down the stage with no sets, no nothing, and just have the actors telling the story and having different facial features moving to make it more subtle and engaging. And throughout all the years, his unique style of modern minimalistic and expressionism have came so inspiring that he led on into musicals with Sunset Boulevard and the show that I went to see live about in August 15th to see Evita, with Rachel Zegler in as the main star as Eva Peron. Today, guys, I am presenting my review and my intake, what I think the whole production was like, to show to you guys. And today, guys, we are reviewing the show that is, of course, Evita. And here is the theatre, the show I went to see on the Bows. Hello everyone, I'm sorry I've been disappearing. Sorry I literally just vanished over, I swear it's been, I don't know, 2 years? About roughly good 2 years, I think. You probably tell I lost weight. I'm losing weight. Long story short, I would not get into my weight, but I have decided to reboot my YouTube channel. In fact, excuse me, I apologise for that. That is piggish. But I have decided, instead of reviewing music, which I kind of fallen out with, I'm still listening to music and all sorts, but I kind of fallen out with it, because I haven't fallen out with it to a sense where I do not want to listen to music and everything else. I just fallen out with the idea of reviewing music, and I'm clearly just a guy. The reason why I did music is just a guy just tried to get onto YouTube for every sake. However, I have decided that I think my channel might need a reboot, but something that I have been professionally trained. Now, about 3 years ago, I have been graduated well, almost 3 years. Next year will be the 3rd year when I was graduated, with a master's in theatre, and one of the modules is writing about theatre, and I got a really good grade out of that. And that good grade could come in handy, you know. And I always love everything about theatre. Theatre, it makes us feel more connected, make us feel really close in hand, and made us more like linked together and everything else. And it's the same with movies. Theatre is being a very close thing to my life. I always loved theatre. I always wanted to do something with theatre. I am a working playwright as well. So I'm writing theatre and I just love it. So and I'm booked on to see another theatre show, which I'm booked on to see another theatre show in October, which you guys will see on my next theatre review, which I will be doing that as well. So don't worry, I won't be going to see every single theatre show on the planet and everything else. I won't be doing that. But to keep this channel alive, well, if I have all the money to go see every theatre show, I would. So, sorry, so cut a long story short, I decided, you know what? I really like to review theatre. For once. You know, for once. For once. And then I decided, you know what? I could use my YouTube platform to review some theatre and analyse it, what I like about it, what I think could do better, you know, and make it as brilliant as possible. But without further ado, this is Evita will be my first ever theatre show that I am reviewing to YouTube, and I will give you my critical analysis on the theatre show itself. So before we get on to the main review, which we will get onto it right now, throughout this whole video, I won't be talking too much about the theatre company. Will be give out a little bit of summary of the theatre director, because it is by a theatre director. It's who directed this. It's his style, and I just want to point out that all opinions are stated of mine and mine alone, and I mean absolutely no disrespect for anyone who was in the theatre production. This is only my critical analysis, what I feel about the show that I went to see a couple of weeks ago, and reviewing it out for you guys. All opinions, like again, is stated as mine and mine alone. And all being said, let's get on to the review at Evita at the London Palladium in August 15th. So the story of Evita, it started off the announcement of Eva Peron's death. So, and Eva Peron has been a global figure. She was an actress turned into a female politician. In fact, she was the first lady of Argentina, and she has become like the voice for the people. She wanted to be a leader to make sure that every voice is heard, and making sure that everyone is connected. So the start of the show is the announcement that Eva Peron has died, and then it led on to Shea. Now She, which is spelled C-H-E, he is technically a narrator of the whole musical, and who has been performed by Diego Andres Rodrigo, and what she does, he narrates the whole events, kind of like breaking the fourth wall at all costs, and talked about what is happening to Eva Peron, what is the politics are like, and everything else. And he keeps doing that every time, breaking down every time when he comes on, and I will give my analysis, what I think about that. And then it's go flip back in time, when Eva Peron was at a funeral, and she was not allowed to be there because it was her father's funeral, and her family, her mother and her sisters, were not allowed to see her father. And then little Eva Peron just went straight in there and mourned for her father's death. And then it's years later, when she's more adult, she found someone who can actually give her an acting a career that she won in Barras. I'll tell you this now, I do struggle with pronunciation. If I get a name wrong or a city wrong, I do apologize. Okay. So yeah, she went to Buenos Aires and starting to become a actress in there, and then suddenly her partner just disappeared And then she started her life in the big city, become an actress, and slowly getting into politics. And the musical starts from there. So these are my thoughts on what I thought about the stage. Now, when you go and see the show, if you have seen the show and everything else, you understand why the stage was bare and completely bare. And I'll tell you why. Because Jamie Lloyd, who is the theatre director of the show, he wants to make theatre, makes each adaptation completely bare, completely minimalistic. He doesn't like big sets or anything else. He wants it to make the adaptation more minimalistic and expression as well. Expressionism is being played a huge part in all of his adaptations. So when you see the show, you've got the chorus there, and what they do, and I got no words to. When I mean I got no words to describe, I got a really good positive review about the chorus, because they built, they become part of the show. The ensemble become the part of the show, and they use physical movements, like one of them was a chair, one of them was a table, and it was just so physical. They become part of the set of the Evita, and so is the main ensembles, like Diego and Rachel Zegler. And the ensemble, I have to tell you this, I have got the program with me right now, so I will be showing you all the programs that I got in one of the videos. So I got one autograph from these guys here. She is really, really nice. She's actually from Wicked. I actually mentioned it, and she was saying that her and Rachel Zegler and Ariana Grande were best friends, and it feels a little bit weird when she mentioned it, but she was an absolute sweetheart and everything else when I met her, and all of them were. The whole ensemble were really, really friendly when they walked past us. I'll tell you one cast member, a couple of cast members that I have met, because I got one guy I've got to give out. But how the ensemble formed in Evita was just, they become part of the set, which what Jamie Lloyd really wants. He wants his theatre. He really is a huge activist for creating theatre that is affordable. When I mean affordable, he wants to make theatre more accessible for the whole entire communities, for people who do struggle to go to the theatre because of prices. And I don't blame you, because when you want to go, like, I'm trying to get tickets to go see Wicked for years, for absolute years. And after seeing part one, I want to see part two on the stage. Might have to see part two on the big screen though in November, which I'm really excited. But when you book to see a show, like, even on the stalls, like, oh my God, it is £200 to be in the front row. 200 quid to be in the front row, or even near the front. It was like 100 quid, like in a couple of rows, and like, I've rather. And when you go on the balcony, it's where the cheap seats are. The back of the seats is where the cheap seats are. And I tell you this, I could not agree more with Jamie Lloyd. I really agree with you there. I think theatre should be cheap. Well, not just cheap, it would be affordable for many audience. Like, come on, drop the price down for Wicked. Come on, let's see Wicked. But yeah, that's my realistic point of view. Not my realistic point of view, but his realistic point of view, that he believes theatre should be affordable. Then he has done so many adaptations. He has done a couple of plays by Pinter. So he's done one called Betrayal, which he had Tom Hiddleston on that in one of the productions he's done. Then he's done couple of Beckett's plays. I think he's done a couple of Samuel Beckett's plays in the past. But he is doing one in New York. So for my American fans, he is doing Waiting for Godot at in Broadway, and he's doing it with Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, Bill and Ted, both on stage. I tell you this, I don't need to see the show because I actually met Alex Winter at a For the Love of the Horror convention, and he was a very nice man. And I wish I could have gone to New York to see that being done, but unfortunately I didn't. I'm not going to travel there or anything else. But and they have the orchestra at the back on the upper stage, because they're normally on down below near the front of the stage. They are at the very back because there's another stage out on the bottom. Now, I've been to this theatre before. I went to see The Sound of Music, and I think was literally on the same seats when I went to see Sound of Music. And they had the orchestra near the front of the stage, but on Evita they were at the back, and it has a big logo of the sign says Evita. So you can tell, but there was no big sets or anything else. It was just more lighting effects and more confetti as well at the end of Act 1. Act 1, I'll see if what's the song. New Argentina, that's the song was, but I'll just double check. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, New Argentina, which is the song they used, the big confetti and all sorts. It was absolutely spellbinding how I saw it. It was just amazing, and we will get to the songs there, but that's my actual opinion. So let's hear my actual thoughts of the whole set design. So I really like how minimalistic that the Evita should be, and I love how it was done. Mainly, like, we don't need big fancy sets like Victorian theatre style, like a little waterfall or flying people or anything else. All we need is just completely bare. Let the actors tell the story. Let the ensemble be part of the story. It looked absolutely amazing. It looks so stunning, and it looks so clear and everything else. And then having the actors wearing like a fair few costumes, like Rachel Zegler had 3 costume changes. So she had that big balcony scene where she stood outside of the theatre and sang, and I have an opinion on that. It will be controversial, so I will give my honest opinion about it. But there's another thing I have forgot to mention. Jamie Lloyd likes using the use of live cameras. So with the cameras being used live, you can actually see the actor's face being close up to express the expressionism style he used in all of his productions. He has, like, apparently he has an idea of using a live camera to fit in for the whole production, and I just think that is absolutely amazing, and it gives you the real chill. Even it draws you more connective and makes you feel less distractive when we do see big sets and everything. It looked absolutely amazing and really, really well done. And I have to put all it out on Jamie Lloyd. He has worked so hard on Evita. It looks amazing, and it is amazing, and it was perfect how he's done it. I really like to see all of his shows now. I really like to see Sunset Boulevard now. Can you bring that play back and try and get Rachel Zegler to be, or Nicole Scherzinger or Rachel Tucker or something? But the whole set overall was absolutely perfect, where it's completely stripped down and having the actors becoming more of the physical set and become the physical part of the story. And they brought the use of the imagination from the whole ensemble was just perfect. It was clean, slick, and perfect. And the dance routines were so on point. It was just perfect to watch. Like, I never seen a performance, a musical theatre performance that been done like this. It was absolutely perfect. And we'll get on to the directors. Jamie Lloyd, the theatre director of Evita and also the co-founder of Jamie Lloyd Company, I tell you this now, he is marvellous. He knows how to reinvent theatre to a style that links to everybody, what everybody wants. With the casting choices, which has the most iconic actors of ever, like Sigourney Weaver in The Tempest, and Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland in Romeo and Juliet. I don't know. But Tom Hiddleston and Hayley Atwater from all the past productions. Jamie Lloyd knows how to create great theatre and make theatre more affordable. I love his approach to Evita, how he stylized Evita, and how he reinvented it from a a very big well-known musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber into an actual masterpiece. It makes me feel like that Evita should have been all bared down and having the ensemble coming all together. He made it so perfect and really well done. And I love the how stylized and the impressionism really links really well. Like, you know, and I tell you this now, his approach of having Rachel Zegler on the balcony, I know this is controversial for some people, and some people really criticized it, but my own opinion, I think it's amazing because it shows his point of view that theatre should be accessible for everybody, not just for the rich people, all people who can afford to go to theatre in London, but this one it should be affordable for everybody. He wanted everybody, and this is just showing a proof that people can go to the theatre and be more accessible. You know, it's I just love his style and his intake into theatre, and it's just wonderful. And his directorial styles, how he approached the actors, was just incredible. And I really, really like how Jamie Lloyd uses actors. And now here's my own personal opinion of the cast. So I have to get this to get their names out. And here are my actual opinions of the whole cast. So we mentioned that the ensemble were amazing. I think we have clarified that the ensemble was so great. Like, I could not fault the ensemble enough. They have been the biggest part of the show, the biggest storytellers, and they have reinvented literally everything. They stripped it bare and they made it more imaginative and make it more engaging and more gripping. I loved the bit when they the bit when they were all cheering on the new Argentina. That I think that was more impressive and more stylized. I love the parts where they what song did they? There was a part in there. Brent when they arrived is absolutely amazing. The choreography, the physical theatre elements that's been added in, that was on spot, absolutely perfect. And I really enjoyed how stylized and how it was performed. Now we'll get to the actors, and then we will get to our main star, which is Rachel Zegler. um, Bella Brown, who played the mistress, and the alternative version of Evita as well, because they have two actresses. They have Rachel Zegler for Evita for the rest of the shows, except a couple of dates. So she has a couple of dates that she can go on a break and everything, and have Bella Brown taking over as Evita. And Bella Brown has been kind of said on social media. People described her. She was really good. Really got a real powerful voice there. When I seen her as the mistress, I think she's amazing. Her voice was so engaging. I actually shed a tear off her voice when she was singing. If I find the song list again, I need to put like a bookmark on the programs. Not heading off a very good start, do we? Let's see. Yeah, rehearsals. There we go. When it says another suitcase in another hall, that part there was absolutely perfect, and that voice comes out was just, I think it's on Latest Flame, Perron's Latest Flame as well. I don't know, it's between those two songs. It was, Bella Brown's voice was just so perfect and so connective, and I really love to see her. I really like to see her as Eva Perron as well, but I would love to see her in another musical. Bella Brown, you are absolutely amazing. Aaron Lee Lambert, I have met him behind backstage. He's an absolute gent. He's really, really nice and really, really sweet. And he didn't sign my program off. Oh, wait. Yeah, he did. I'm sorry, Aaron, if you heard me said you haven't signed it, I do apologize. Yeah, he signed signed it there. Aaron Lee Lambert, I have to pull it out. He was absolutely brilliant as the guy who brought Eva Perron to make us become famous. I think he has a really beautiful voice, and he has an absolute angel, especially on the song "Come Back Again." Not that song, especially on the song called "On This Night of a Thousand Stars." That song there was absolutely perfect. He absolutely nailed it. And he played a very convincing bad guy to Eva Perron, where he just dumped her off course. I think his voice was perfect, and he was an absolute gent. And Aaron Lee Lambert, if you're watching this, hi, I'm the guy you signed there, and I do apologise if I miss out your name and everything. I'm so sorry. And then we get to James Oliviers, who plays John Perron, June Perron, who's Eva Perron's husband. He is absolutely brilliant. Very, very musical theatre, his voice was. Very, very beautiful and very connective, and very great characterization that he has put in. I can't fault enough on how good his voice was. Brilliant, and how he played the character really, really well. And I feel more connected and feel more of the pain, especially in the song that he did, you must love me, which I found that song so emotional, with him and Rachel Zegler both singing along together and presenting that she's gonna die. And that song really, really made my eyes like really crying, because I do cry at musicals when it's that good. And his voice was so beautiful, very well done. I have met him behind backstage, but I didn't get it signed, unfortunately. But because he had to go somewhere. But he was really sweet, he was really polite, and he did stop and say hi, and I was like, thank you. And I got a little bit of a hug from him. And then we get to that I feel this actor is absolutely, it's sensational. I'm not saying he's better than the rest of the cast, but I'm saying he really caught my eye with his stage presence. And as he's been a member of the Jamie Lloyd Company since Sunset Boulevard been transferred to New York, and it was his first stage production, and now this is his first debut, and that is Diego Andres Rodriguez. Diego Andres Rodriguez, I have to say that this is the guy I've been looking forward for seeing in Evita. His performance as Chai, I loved his movements, how he breaks the fourth wall and connect the audience through song is just absolutely spellbinding. And the costumes were all the same. All all of them are the same except him, where he wears a black t-shirt and shorts. And then there was the moment when he did strip down, which I will tell you the song he stripped down on, and that part is the waltz of Eva and Sean, when they were both fighting for each other. They were both attacking, and then you got well, he did stripped off twice at the end of Don't Cry for Me Argentina, and then his song bit where he was all like topless, and yeah, all the women and female audience were lushing over him, and yeah. But I loved his performance. There was, if you seen the curtain call where he actually was covered in paint and he was completely in his pants, there was, in that moment, he was actually, it shows the torture scene where he was being thrown, where torture scene moment where he was covered it all in paint and been lying there at the front of the stage, completely like all covered in blood and everything. And I just loved that part because it shows the torture and the crisis that Argentina had during Eva Perón's time. And I think that part was beautiful, and his voice was good, his acting was good, his characterization is so strong. I have big hopes to see him in Broadway as well, but mostly West End. He needs to do more West End productions. I really like to see him doing The Express of Love as well, and another Andrew Lloyd Webber production. But I do like to see him in Miss Saigon. If he does the tour production, I will guarantee you, I will be backstage. I will bring this program with me, and I say, sign it, because you left straight away. Sign it. But I have met him. He's so nice and so friendly, and he did apologize. All of them did who didn't get that, who I didn't get their autographs. Like I completely missed Bella Brown's autograph. And when she walked past me, and she was like, and I said hi to her, and she was amazing, and she said, oh, thank you so much. And I forgot to get her autograph on there. I almost did for Diego, but I would love to meet him with the autograph. But I got Aaron Lee Lambert's autograph, which I was really, really glad I got. Now we get to the main actress throughout the whole of production, who played Eva Peron, Rachel Zegler. I will tell you this, there's a lot of people out there who do hate her. I can understand and I respect that. Rachel Zegler, as a musical theatre performer, and I'll tell you this, she did do Snow White, and it failed really badly, but she was praised with her singing voice. Sorry if you see a little bit of a bash on there when I was talking about Rachel Zegler's performance, because my camera decided to turn it off and saying I'm running it out of storage. So anyhow, I personally really enjoyed Rachel Zegler's performance as Evita. She was very dynamic. The characterization was perfect. It was absolutely amazing. She'd done a terrific job of creating this historic figure into her own characterization. I have watched the Madonna version, but I actually prefer Rachel Zegler to Madonna because Rachel Zegler did it perfect. It was absolutely gripping and absolutely stunning. And she performed I'm Surprisingly Good for You perfectly. Like, she can do opera, because when I hear her singing, when I saw her as Evita, I actually sense a little bit of opera. So she had such a variety of different ranges on her voice. But I have to say, Don't Cry for Me Argentina was by far her best song that she ever done live. Like, the passion in there, the emotion, you feel more drawn to that area, and it feels so connective. And I haven't say anything negative. None of my review, what I'm saying so far, was negative, because seeing Jamie Lloyd, and overall seeing Jamie Lloyd's production makes you feel more connected, and it was powerful. And I just loved his adaptation. But going back to Zegler, her performance was just marvelous. They felt a connection. You Must Love Me. Like I said, about Jamie. I think his name is Jamie. I do. Olivia. James and Rachel's connection on stage was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I feel more connected when I watch them two perform together, and I feel more connected with Aaron Lee Lambert as well. Like, them two together, it feels more connective. And same with Diego Andres Rodriguez. Him and Rachel are so good together, especially in the waltz of Perron and Chai. That argument, them two having a go at each other. And there was one moment when Diego was hugging Rachel, and then she punched him in the nuts, and I just thought that was hilarious. I don't know why. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. And but I personally enjoyed Rachel Zegler's. I couldn't get enough how good she sound live. And with sorry, my phone said it's about to die, so I'll be really quickly. But overall, with Rachel Zegler, I think she's perfect. Her stage presence was perfect, and I feel so drawn to her character. It was just amazing. I really loved her performance. Overall, Jamie Lloyd, you done it again and made it the most powerful, most beautiful piece of theatre I ever seen, with your own adaptation, with expressionism. Please do more. I want to see you doing, I love you, if you can, do The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chevek. If you can. Please, not if you can, if it's a must. And or if you want, please do All of My Sons by Arthur Miller, or Death of a Salesman as well. I like to see how you would do Death of a Salesman, most importantly, because even it's one of the most famous plays, alongside with The Crucible and a View of the Bridge. I love to see you doing an Arthur Miller piece with your own style of expressionism. But I also love to see you doing another musical. And with you as Shakespeare, if it has to be a Shakespeare play, if it's a must be a Shakespeare play, I love to see you doing Macbeth. Can you make that happen? Um, like if you can do suggestions, like do suggestions. Please, can you do Macbeth? That would be perfect. I would book my tickets to go see Macbeth being performed in your own style. It would be amazing. And that is all I have got left. I just want to say a massive thank you for you guys. I hope you like the reboot. I did announce on my Instagram that I am planning to on my second YouTube channel called Tom McHugh Investigates, which is all focusing on true crime. I'm still looking into different true crime YouTubers. I'm looking into Rotten Mango, Emma Kenny, um, Daniela Kirsty and Eleanor Neal, if to see how they do it, so I can actually do a true crime video. I always like to do a true crime video one day, but I'm really glad I'm coming back into theatre, doing theatre reviews as well. The next one will be Hercules on October the 16th. But also we're going to plan to do a guide, bringing back guide to playwriters and trying to do investigating work of playwriters to tell you what their plays are and have a thorough investigation. It's going to be amazing and you're going to love it. And I just want to say a massive thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next theatre show. Stay in tune. Bye.